So let's just go through the digestive system, and then we'll go through the respiratory system. All right? You see, this is the bladder right here, part of the urinary. It's empty, it's dry. But like I say, this starts off like that, right? With the greater omentum. The greater omentum, so-called, why? Because it's attached to the greater curvature of the stomach. You see the bigger curve, like I was drawing on the board? That's the greater curvature. So this is the greater omentum. You can see the lesser omentum over here. You see on the lesser curve, the smaller curve of the stomach, this will be the lesser omentum, okay? So lesser omentum and lesser curvature of the stomach and greater curvature of the stomach and the greater omentum, okay? So we scoot this to the side. And if you look up to the diaphragm, you will see the inferior vena cava go through, and also the esophagus, right? And it's right here, you see. And then the esophagus goes right into the stomach, all right? And you will then have that cardiac sphincter up there, the one that when you're having heartburn is releasing acid into the esophagus, all right? So that will be the cardiac sphincter, and this first part of the stomach is the fundus, right? Right here, the fundus. You see this? Almost all this part here. So if I were to place a pin over here and say what part of the this organ it is, because I won't say stomach, because I mean then that's giving it to you. That'd be nice. Yeah, I'm sure it will be. So this would be the fundus, and then the rest of it, the big part here, will be the body. All right, and then you keep going down. This will be the pyloric region. You see this sort of like tapered part of the stomach down here, and then of course this will be the, you see it, pyloric sphincter, right? And then immediately after that we start the small intestine, right? The small intestine goes down here, and you will see running alongside it the pancreas. You see it? I don't know if you can see it properly, but pretty much this is the pancreas. It goes all the way here, and it also juts across over there, and you'll see all sorts of pancreas over here on this other side. You'll see it. It continues. Like if I was to scoot this greater omentum out of the way a little bit, you'll see the pancreas kind of go down, and you see all this kind of going down like an L-shaped kind of thing. All right? And then the duodenum continues for most of the pancreas length, okay? And then somewhere the jejunum will start, and it will be like, maybe if I put a pin over here, for instance, like somewhere in the middle here, then that's the jejunum, right? All right. The pin for the duodenum, I would kind of put it right close to the stomach. If I put like a pin right here, to say, I'll just say what's that part of the GIT, which is the gastrointestinal tract, and then you say duodenum. Don't say small intestine, because that will be half of it. Okay. Say duodenum, and if the pin is here, that will be jejunum. The ileum, like I said, is the longer one, but you're not going to see the demarcation between the jejunum and the ileum. So what you would have to do is follow the small intestine, follow it, and then follow it some more, I guess. We're now looking for the colon, right, the large intestine. So we could follow it from here. You see it? You see, all this is the large intestine here. It's curving into there. So we're going to look for it down here. So you see what I ended up doing? Because I couldn't immediately see this part, I started from the rectum area, because I know for sure this is the colon. You see what I'm saying? So, and then I followed it back up. You know what I'm saying? And I went around, and bam, I get it right here. Bam. You see? So then, if I put a pin here, then you say ileum, right? So I make it very obvious like that. Pin close to the stomach would be duodenum. Pin close to the colon would be the ileum with an E. And then pin anywhere around in these parts would be the jejunum. All right? Okay? We are clear on that, right? Yeah. I said this is the ileocecal junction here. You have the ileum and the ceca. Ceca will be here. This one doesn't have the appendix, you notice, because it's a cat, the appendix is in the human. And you see how this is just smooth, the large intestine? It doesn't have that hostra, those little baggy things in the human colon. All right. So, you know, one of the things that happens in the exam is that people will be kind of moving these things around, but you want to make sure you kind of get this oriented, the large intestine, the colon, in that if I was to put a pin over here, very close to the ileum, then what part of the colon would that be? Ascending colon, right? You see that? So that's how you can tell. And then if I put somewhere in the middle, you know that it will be part of the transverse colon that's going across. All right? And then the descending colon, I'll put it very close to the rectum, like right here. So that's where you can tell them apart. All right? You see what I'm saying? And then so that will be the descending colon, and then of course the rectum and anus, you know, down there. All right. Okay, and then this will be the spleen. You see the spleen on this side is attached to the great omentum and so forth. All right. So, and then what is this? Kidneys, right? But they're not part of the digestive. But since they're there, and we don't really do the urinary system, you know, whenever we see an organ here and there, I'll just show it to you and say it, you know. But, all right? Okay. Now, the liver of the cat is slightly different. It's major different from that of the human. So, if I were, you know, go like this, you know, I'll expose this one that's pointing like a little pointy thing here. There will be the caudate lobe of the cat liver, all right? So the caudate lobe of the cat liver. And I can get that connective tissue to really expose it. Do you see how I'm exposing it? You see it? Right there, caudate lobe. All right? So this one here would be the left lateral lobe. You see this one here? So if I put a pin over here, you would say left lateral lobe. All right? Then here would be the left median lobe. All right? And in this case, I want you guys to talk about the left-right, you know, direction. All right. For the most part, when I'm doing things, I just use this, you know, like when you're shaking hands with somebody, you go to the other side. So that's how I can always tell this is the right side and that's the left side, and this side is the left side. But another thing you can use to tell your right side, you see the gallbladder peeking out on the liver on the right side. Okay, so this whole thing here, this whole lobe here, from this crack here, from this demarcation right here, would be the right median lobe, right? And of course, this is our gallbladder in there. We'll go in there in a little bit to talk about those ducts and so forth, all right? So you see all this, the right median lobe, it's all that. All this is that. You see this is just a crack to accommodate the gallbladder, but it's all right median lobe. To look for the right lateral lobe, you kind of have to look for it because it's really on the side, you know, and you kind of go down there. You see this one, these two here, down here? Can you see it with yours? This would be the right lateral lobe right here. Do you see that? So you got 5 lobes. Right lateral, right median lobe, left median lobe, left lateral lobe, caudate lobe. Right?